Greetings and welcome. Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me. This is the second in a series of videos I am doing to replace the individual astrological readings for February. I am going to be away and I'm leaving shortly. I don't have the time to undertake all of the readings, so what I am doing is putting them into their astrological energies, if you like. So air, fire, water and earth. I've already done the air one. This is the second reading I'm doing, so number 2, and this is the fire reading. Now you can also use these as intuitive readings if you just wish to pop on and pick a reading for the month of February. These are full of very powerful energy fields. Some of them will have sound bath healings in them, mantras, as well as just positive vibes to tune into. So if you are a fire sign, do check your moon and rising as well, or perhaps you will pick your moon and rising to focus on in terms of the reading. So let's get started. We have these 4 decks of cards selected here. We may use more, we may not use them all, who knows? This is completely up to the cosmic energies and intuition and what flows into the reading and what doesn't. So let us start with this deck here. This is a Doreen Virtue deck, the Angel Therapy deck. I find it really therapeutic and insightful and very nurturing, this particular deck. Now, she is no longer producing cards, and I noticed when I went into a bookshop the other day to have a look at new cards, a lot of her stock were running very low. So I guess when they become unavailable anymore for purchase, her cards will disappear off the scene. I have always enjoyed working with her decks, but I am sure that we will find replacements with new visionary people that come onto the scene for the future. So even though we have enjoyed her works and her cards over the years, I think it's making way for something more powerful and more aligned and more alive. Anyhow, this card, the first one out for the fire sign people, vegetarian or vegan, so something about your diet may need looking at, guys. It might be beneficial to turn into the plant-based or slightly more vegetarian options for you. This could really benefit people who suffer from allergies in particular, things like eczema for the skin, celiacs, irritable bowel, inflammation, various issues like that. The vegetarian or plant-based diets can be very, very beneficial for reducing inflammation in the body. So that might be something to think of. It could also, it's talking about organic as well. So organic means becoming spray-free, and that is a big issue for a lot of people. It can especially affect the gut area. So if any of you who are listening who have had gut issues, you may be benefited by going on a course of something like probiotics or reinstigating good gut health within your body, because interestingly enough, we get a lot of energy from our gut, and if our bacteria and flora are not right or healthy in that area, it can drain us of a lot of energy throughout our body. And chemical toxins and sprays and environmental pollutants cause a lot of the damage in that area of our body. So big message even with the first card coming in. You can also eat these to elevate your spiritual frequency and tune into, more intuition as well. Archangel Michael is popping in for the reading. It says you're working closely with this angel who's protecting and guiding you through a situation. So if some of you have been looking for protection for one reason or another, Michael is a very good protecting agent. He can be excellent for calling in family matters and asking for protection around a family home or family members. Often too, in terms of relationships or turbulence around those types of things, he is also the protector of the police force on Earth. I call him the guardian of the galaxies. So he might be useful in terms of legal protection for some of you as well, whether or not you have court issues coming up, or you've got documents to be signed, or you're trying to create some sort of new business or form something, well then call upon Michael as well. The reading I did for the air sign people was really, really powerful, in as much that many healers of the ages came in, and they had a lot of very high vibed healing energy. So I'm seeing this here is starting to come out too for you guys. I wonder how far it will go. Look, I'm just going to move some of these cards out of the way a little bit because I'm running out of room, which is a bit silly. Okay, let's see what else is coming in from this deck, the Healing Angel Therapy cards. That card also came out as well, workshops and seminars. It almost feels like at this junction point in the year, at the beginning part of the year, we are looking to learn, or we're looking to be inspired, or we're looking to make changes, upskill ourselves one way or another. And that makes sense to me, because often at the beginning of the year, we are ready to jump into this new energy, and we're quite often, you know, we've got ideas and energy, and we're going, yes, let's take up a new hobby, or let's learn a new skill, or let's develop something in our jobs, or I've got these ideas and I want to make them happen. So the workshops and seminars card can be very much about bringing things into creativity and either learning or passing on your knowledge so that it is passed forward, and others gain insight and awareness from the knowledge on board. There could be workshops and seminars that you attend online, some of you. These may be spiritually based, and for others of you, you may come across books in quite a synchronistic way actually, and they could just give you insight, or they could give you like a spark of excitement or ideas around concepts for new situations. Oh wow, yeah, this books thing is really big, isn't it? Another one out with the books, and these cards have really jumped out for you guys too. So it says your life purpose involves writing, reading, editing, or selling spiritually based books. And it doesn't have to be limited to spiritually based, but I feel a lot of people are looking into more of the spiritual concepts of life, and that could be simple things like mindfulness or meditation, or philosophies around becoming healthy, or finding peace and calm in this world that's become so chaotic and so stressful. So it kind of makes sense that we may delve more into seeking new knowledge or seeking more understanding about how our journey is evolving ahead, or how we are part of the evolution as well. Don't forget that too, because that's exactly what we are. We are part of the evolution. Let's see what these are. They've all jumped out. Ooh, look at that, twin flame. The answer to your question involves a spiritually based romantic relationship. So this is a big, meaty topic, and I've done a couple of twin flame scenarios before in the past. I could put the link beneath this in the description box for you to have a look at the videos. It can mean that you are becoming more spiritually aware, and I guess if we think about these two cards that came out up here, and even the vegetarian one, it could indicate that you are becoming awakened. And I feel as if this decade, particularly this year and last year, are shaking us awake at various different levels, personally for people at all different realms and reasons, but we are being shaken awake. We can no longer hide behind the trees and pretend that the things we thought we knew were real. We know there's far more to life, we know there's far more to knowledge, we know there's far more to experience than what we've been told exists. So the twin flame scenario can come into your evolution, or your resonance, or your awareness as you spiritually evolve. And sometimes it can be a partner that you may come across in the physical plane of the here and now, and other times it may be a partner that is in the vibrational frequency field, so it's like in a spiritual dimension. They may not be a physical human in this life path, but they can be interacting with you at a very deep spiritual level, and you can feel this with high vibrational emotions. So it's the energies like bliss, euphoria, love, joy, harmony, gratitude, all of those essences or feelings are what you experience with the twin flame connection when the two of them are harmonizing and pulsing together. And as I say, it doesn't have to be a physical relationship on earth, it can be a spiritual one. For some people, if it's a physical one, this could be someone coming into your life. It might be a very profound union or a meeting of this partnership. For some of you, it may already exist and you are growing this awareness and becoming more unified and giving off a higher vibe to the greater cosmic awareness. For others of you, this could be, as I said, a spiritual union that is happening, and that you may start to feel more of these like downloads of euphoria, joy and bliss. And when they come in, believe me, they are so profound. They're overwhelmingly gorgeous and voluptuous is probably what I can say. You've got the Goddess card that came out, and I am actually doing Goddess cards for you as well. This yellow deck over here is a Goddess deck. So this is about the feminine energy coming in, and we're noticing this on the planet. It is really being opened up. So it's like portals of feminine energy are opening up, and basically this is the nurturing, the love, the compassion, the empathy, working things through more in a gentle manner, as opposed to the masculine side, which can be more authoritative and more power driven, and oftentimes in the past has been more goal oriented or more war oriented. So Goddess energy tends to be they're just sort of opposites of each other, you know, yin yang, black and white, male and female. So the Goddess energy is more about the calmer, more gentle side, and bringing that into your being and feeling the subtleness of the calmness that this can radiate through your life, and putting this into situations so that you deal with trying to find a solution in these goddess type manners. So that's really nice as well. You are profoundly clairvoyant. Some of you are opening up to this spiritual activation. Some of you might pick up careers and work in this field, whether it's a healing modality or whether it's mediumship or clairvoyant. Yes, healing, teaching and guidance is what can happen for you at this point in time. So becoming more in tune with it and realizing that you do hold the answers to your life within your own hands, and not just your life but the life of others as well. And I think that that could come about through being like an earth angel, being a keeper of the gates for earth as well, for the environment. The Indigo card can represent yourself being an Indigo person, so someone who is highly sensitive, a natural born leader. The Indigos came about, I think, from around the 70s through, but they're still being born now, although we have this slightly higher crystalline energy that's going through them. So we went Indigo, crystal, I can't quite remember the whole array of different structures of frequencies that came in with people being born in certain decades. But if you are one of these people who is highly sensitive, you'll know that you are not quite, you know, the norm, if you want to call it the norm. I mean, what is normal? But we see more and more of these people on the planet that are far more attuned to the energies of life than we have been for probably the last 1,000 years or more. You might be interacting with an Indigo person as well. It could be a potential partner or a current partner, or it might be a child or a sibling, and these people may be around you a little bit more at this time, or they may need extra help or care. They give us great insight, and they change our concepts around structure and the way things have been done. So these are the leaders that are coming into this age of Aquarius, that are making the changes and the paradigms on how we move forward into our next evolutionary gap as humans, really, and the type of rules we have on the planet. A solid bunch of messages coming in there. sort of quite different in many terms, but I do think there's an overall background message of being very spiritual. For some of you, having some sort of spiritual raising of the frequency or spiritual epiphany, or, you know, like the flow of bliss energy. You've received a victory card. You've also received third chakra, Archangel Michael. This is about regaining personal strength. This is the solar plexus area of the body. Some of you may need to strengthen this part up and do exercises. So yoga exercises, planking, walking, sit-ups, eating good foods, which of course we came back to here, wearing the color yellow and doing meditations with the solar plexus in mind. I also noticed that his yellow aura or energy field is going up to his heart and then also up to the crown chakra up here. So he is activating a whole lot of different chakra points through this presentation of internal strength. And we also call this the gut strength, which is also about realizing your own intuitive awareness and being awakened to that. So there is a feeling of you guys being awakened, all you fire sign energy people at this point in time. Let's see what else is coming out for these cards here. If some of you have had your strength taken away from you, whether it was physical, emotional or spiritual, this is a good time to really cleanse the body, detoxify any thoughts or attachments that have been put on you by others, to eradicate them, re-strengthen from the solar plexus, tune back into your higher self and start to trust your logic and your senses again as well. Seventh chakra, Archangel Uriel comes in, which we said that Shamuel was initiating because he had this light at the top of his head. So he's called her in to come in with him for this reading, and she is also here. Notice she holds a divine book on her lap. The Sahasrara, the crown chakra, is the doorway to divinity, to the cosmos, to the cosmic awareness of all that is and all that can be. So this is feeling to me like this, which is what we said before when the books and the workshops and seminars came through. There feels as though there's this sense of you becoming innately stronger in your understanding of who you are, where you are going, what you want to do. Perhaps 21 is a big year for you guys, regaining strength or power or confidence or knowledge, in particular insight, awareness, and opening up to more of your own intuitive abilities. But the crown chakra is also a very powerful seat of creativity or creation. So this is where ideas can come in as well. So really high conceptual ideas that come through from the cosmic, from the higher self, from the morphogenic energy field, and from creator or source energy. So let's see what else is in store here for you fire sign energy people. This is for February 2021 for all fire signs, or for anyone else who chooses to listen to the video through intuitive means or desires. Also for moon and rising fire signs. Community, it's the gathering of similar energies, similar passions, looking after each other, having someone's back, being part of a cohesive, supportive, nurturing community. Often get the gathering of females or the feminine, divine feminine energy as well. Finding friendships within a community or a group of females. Sometimes a group of 3 can be very relevant here. This could be an outing or a gathering or a holiday or a reunion or a business project with 3 people as well. Yeah, beautiful. So another angel has come in for you. I did think we would get angels. I've said that the other reading had a lot of angelic energies. I called upon them before we started all of the readings for you guys. So you have 3 here. You have Shamuel, Ariel and Uriel, second chakra, third chakra and the 7th. So some of these may have needed activating for you guys as well. If you have had blockages in any of these areas, you will have felt as though you weren't feeling inspiration or not receiving messages or downloads. You might have felt stuck. You may have had fears, anxieties, depression, thoughts that were negative or not full of prosperity or abundance or conception or ability to see into the future and feel confident. If you were blocked in this area here, again, it's lack of creativity, it's lack of passion, ideas, conception, fertility, pregnancies, problems with possibly the sex organs for males or females in terms of sexual cycles or fertility and areas along those lines, as well as through the pelvic area and the abdomen and the bowels. This one here, the third chakra, is the stomach area, so it could be physical conditions with the stomach, but also to deal with strength in that area. It needs to be physically strengthened. You may have felt a loss of your power, a loss of feeling free or strong or independent or full of confidence or able to take action on your ideas or follow your plans through. So by activating these, by wearing these colors, by meditating with them, by doing yoga exercises for them, you enable your body to come into the flow of creativity, passion and divinity that it was actually designed for. And with that in mind, I do have a deck of lovely yoga cards, and I'm just going to pull a couple for you. Doesn't matter if they're upside down or not, just to see if there's anything in here that might be beneficial for you in terms of yoga poses to do, because yoga does work through all of the senses. So this one here is a lying down free form. It's called the corpse. Not a very nice word, but in terms of corpse, we are allowing total freedom and relaxation to come into our body. The mantra that you can use is, my body is rested, my mind is calm, my heart is at peace, and my spirit soars. So that's a beautiful mantra for you. I will put that down here and zoom in on it so that you can actually read the instructions on what to do. And while I'm thinking about it, I did have another mantra that I received in my email this morning, and I am a fire sign, so I think this might be relevant for you too. So this is an affirmation that you can use. I trust Archangel Michael to revitalize me and guide me towards my divine soul purpose. I confidently trust that all of my needs are met and that my loved ones and I will want for nothing when following my divine soul mission. That was interesting that I received that in my inbox this morning for today's affirmation, and there's something in here about this divine soul mission, and we've seen it through the cards that have come in for you guys so far. So my body is rested, my mind is calm, my heart is at peace, my spirit soars. The benefits for this one are used between postures. This resting pose allows the body and mind to absorb the benefits of any previous pose. From this center of rest and relaxation, you will be well equipped to face the day. It provides complete relaxation, it rejuvenates the body, and it slows respiration and the heart rate. A really nice pose, and quite a simple one that I think anyone can actually do. So you have to lie flat with your arms down by your side and your feet just slightly apart, and just engage in gentle breathing. And if you can do that for some few minutes, 5 or 10 minutes, you will feel the peace coming back in. And if you can do it outside on grass or somewhere where you're really close to nature, you will have even more power being given to you through this practice. Okay, so let's have a look at one of these cards, the Goddess cards, which we talked about a little bit before. Oh, Matt, fairness. This situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So those are the oh goodness, sorry, those are the scales of balance that are here. So sometimes if things have been out of balance, balance could be coming back into situations. If there has been a situation where you have felt there hasn't been a fairness deployed, or you have been judged, or there has been a judgmental energy around a situation, then it looks as though there is a chance for this to be rebalanced out again. Now this could be a karmic type of situation, and it might have been going on for some time. For a lot of you, it could be that, and because I think of this as being very old Egyptian type energy, this could go back through many lifetimes, that you might feel as though you may have been persecuted or judged in the past. It could be showing its way through, especially in family lines. You may feel as though within a family you had been unfairly or misrepresented or unfairly treated or poorly judged. There could be some rebalancing of that coming back in, and that's the karmic influence of the lie of the planets at the moment. So a lot of karma is being dealt to, and if we have been living our life path and our soul path the right way, then any karmic issues are being swept aside at this point in time. So you are then allowed to create dharma and moving forward. So for some of you it goes as deep as that, and for others of you it may just be legal complications or implications or contracts signing, legal stuff, or something that is more minor that you are wanting to have adjusted and fixed one way or another. The great Kali, endings and beginnings, very powerful energy force to come in. I noticed too that we have a lot more of the the female energy, obviously, because this is a goddess deck, but there's a lot in here of earth energy. Kali can be like the volcanoes erupting, fire, power and passion. I also see a reference here to the eyes. So we have this third eye here. We also have like an eye here and almost an eye up there. So there's something about the all-seeing eye, or understanding, or receiving downloads or messages, or the eye. I don't know where else that message is heading, but the old must be released so that the new can enter. I do think for a lot of you, when I combine these two together now, this is a karmic purging and a karmic cleansing. I'm also seeing this planet, which could be another planet like from extraterrestrial life that some of you may have lived on other planets, you know, if you're star seeds or such like, but it could be the moon and cycles of the moon and eclipses. So we had the eclipse on the 30th of December or the 29th. We get our next eclipses, I think, in May or June, and this could have, timing wise, it might be related to an eclipse period then. But I feel as though this is very strong. Some of you are ending some cycles that have been petulant and hanging on and disturbing, and, you know, in the background just causing ructions and discombobulation. When Kali turns up, she's no mess Charlie. She is taking control, and something big is going to be wavered for you. It's almost like we're sitting in the court of judgment before, you know, the great grand masters, and we've said, well, did we pass the test or not? Can we be released? And they're saying, yes, you are being released. And if it's ill goodness or ill gains that have been done against you, it's now their turn. Yeah, and I think the good part too is it's saying new things can enter. And then we had Mawu, I think that's how you say it, Mother Earth. You are called upon to help with environmentalism. So I'm seeing quite a lot of the environmentalism, the energies of Gaia coming into readings. I think as we adjust ourselves into this new 20s decade, we really do have to become more conscious of how we move forward with the planet and what is going to be happening. And I know a lot of you may not be interested in the environment or saving it or doing what you can to help, but we just need to step it up a notch, I think, or even become more connected to Mother Earth and listen to what she has to offer you in terms of power, strength, support, nurture. ideas. There's a lot of energy you can gain from the gift of Mother Earth's presence. I mean, we live here on her. Without her, we wouldn't even be here. So she does offer a great deal. And sometimes I think we don't connect to her energies or ideas enough. So this deck here is another favorite of mine. This is an animal oracle deck. And whatever animals turn up, you may see them in the next month of February or whenever you choose to come and look at this reading again. They could be animal totems, spirit guides. You may come across them in movies, books, or even in real life for some of you. So let's see what's coming out. Eagle spirit. Spirit has your back. And I think it's fairly self-explanatory. I don't think we need to look into it a lot more, but some of you, especially if you live in places like America, you may see an eagle. We don't have eagles in New Zealand. I think there's quite a few countries that don't have them. We have hawks. But just knowing that spirit is there for you and that there's activation and that you are being looked after. So know that there is positivity and protection. And of course we had this protection with Archangel Michael, who came in very at the very beginning. Know that something around you is being protected. If you've felt threatened or frightened or alone or unsure, that things were actually going to transition and work through. The bee spirit, number 7, sweet results await. Another beautiful card. I often look at this bee and I think that whatever is on his back, they look a little bit like clocks or wheels, you know, to me, like the wheel is turning in motion. So I do sometimes think that there could be a timing anomaly with this card because of the clocks or time looking mechanisms in there. But sweet results await. So again, we come back to a little bit of this card where it said fairness is being deployed into situations and the balance of karma is being paid back, or balance is being brought back into life, meaning fairness, which means sweet results as well. So again, there's a marrying up of messages that are coming in for you guys. One more. I thought I had it. Spider spirit, make your dreams real. There's an interesting story to this card. It's a little bit personal. I won't go into it too much, but I mean, I've never been a great fan of spiders, and here in New Zealand we don't really have many dangerous spiders. There's just one which is a wee bit concerning, but most of the other spiders are fairly benign in real terms. And although I've never been a great fan of them, initially when I was a child I was actually very frightened of them, but I've now come to understand that when I see one, I look at them with more interest, and they're actually very curious creatures. They're very intelligent. This particular occasion that happened with my family and myself, we were talking about a problem to do with careers actually, and it was for one of my sons. And we were sitting outdoors and there was a spider, he was a bit like this, not quite as pretty, but he would walk around the table the whole time, and whenever someone was speaking he would go and stand or be in front of the person who was speaking. This went on for some time because it was a long lengthy conversation. He just trotted around the table, sat in front of the person who was speaking, then when the next one spoke he would go to that position. Then eventually towards the end of the conversations, when it felt as though everything was coming to an end anyhow, the spider jumped on the leg of my son, who this whole conversation had been about. And I said to him, wow, this has been amazing, this whole spider incident. So I came inside to get the deck of cards, found the spider card, and when it said make your dreams real, the whole conversation was for him about a dream that he needed to deploy to bring it into this realm and to make it come real. We were blown away by the synchronicity of it. So don't be afraid of spiders. I know some that you do need to be aware of and not, you know, consciously go towards them, but appreciate what they can offer you and take this, photograph this card even. If you have a dream that you do want to set into intention and bring it into this realm, and know that you can make your dreams real, you just have to alchemize them into this reality. And that takes a little bit of work, just as spinning the web takes work for the spider. So beautiful message there. I think we will probably finish on that one. I might just pull one card from this beautiful deck. This is an Angels and Crystals deck, and we will see what last message comes in for you. Oh, selenite. Wow. Are you striving for a deeper connection with the divine? And that's the first messages that came out. Hello, my darling. Hello, my beautiful boy. Here is Enzo. He hasn't been into readings for such a long time. He's got a bit of a sore eye at the moment, but it's lovely to see him back in. And here we had just been dealing with the animal spirit cards. So I think he is wanting some food. I will go and get him some food, and then I will come back to just finish your reading. So here we are back with the selenite. Let's start again. Are you striving for a deeper connection with the divine? Quiet your mind. Listen to what your angels and guides want you to know. Hear the ancient wisdom within. Align your spinal column. Wow, and what were we doing with this? Aligning your spinal column. That's exactly what this pose does. Care for your bones, muscles, nerves, and your cells. And that will also create that energy flow to the cosmic or celestial realm and increasing your vibrational frequency. So there's a mantra on the back of this. So this is the angel of divine guidance. I'm aligned with the divine. I am a spiritual being of divine love and divine light. My spine, bones, tendons, and muscles are healthy, strong, and aligned. I have access to the ancient wisdom stored within me. And I think they mean stored at the cellular, but also allowing the crown chakra to be activated to gain awareness and insight to the divine ancient wisdom in the book that she holds. So beautiful way to finish your reading, fire signs, with this glorious mantra. And the beautiful mauvey colours that are coming in here, that third eye activation, the crown chakra activation, and the use of the beautiful selenite as well to protect you at all levels. So a divine reading in many ways. I do thank you for joining me and being part of Team Celestial. We are the gatekeepers, we are the light pourers of energy. We raise the vibrational frequency for all people on the planet. So thank you again for joining me and being part of the raising of the vibrations, because you will feel it yourself as well. Every time you come in and tune into these readings, you are lifting yourself up at many, many different levels, and that flow goes through to you from the reading, from the cards, from the messages, the words, the colours, everything. So check your moon and rising signs as well, but I wish you all a wonderful February ahead, and may love and goodwill and gratitude and harmony ride with you. Much love everyone. Namaste.